background is totally different. I studied chemistry, and for 11 years I developed fuels for the oil industry. I switched the parts. I worked for the family company. And in fact, I knew a lot of the people, because in the motor fuels at that time, we did the alternative fuels, alcohol, all organic, rapeseed. I practically knew all the people. To stay in a family business is very promising. You work for yourself, and not in a big company. You work mainly for the career of your boss. Working with breeders, yes, it's very interesting, because they are on the field. Sometimes I really envy them for being so much in the nature, which is fantastic. They all have such a nice tan when you talk to them, because they're always in the sun, and they have a look at their varieties. And yes, when the varieties are ripe, I go with them in the fields and get them explained. Have a look. Which varieties are healthy, which are sick, which have diseases, how the selection is done. And you always try to find the best. You need yield, and you need health to get a safe yield, and of course quality. The work of breeders is not well known in public. It's really a lot of work. We have to realize that if you say you have a research coefficient of about 15%, so 15% of turnover costs the breeding, which is very, very high. It's even higher than the pharmaceutical industry, simply because it is a lot of work. You do the crosses. For instance, in our case, we do 500 crosses of wheat per year, and then we multiply them on parcels. We have 13,000 parcels of wheat. It is fascinating in June, beginning of June, when the heads are there and they are not yet yellow, not ripe. You find all shades of green, from the lightest lemon green to the darkest wood green, only in wheat. So we really have a lot of genetic variations, and we select the best. We select the varieties which are healthy, which give high yields, and which have good quality. Especially in plant breeding, cereal breeding, it is important to have the varieties adapted to the local climate. So you have to do a lot of tests. You have to do the tests in all countries to see which varieties are good there. You cannot take one plant and put it in another country. This will not work without tests. I think the Europe needs plant breeding, because the best varieties are those varieties which are grown locally. So the best variety really work on the top level with the newest techniques, but on local places. They're to be adapted to the local weather, and weather is every year different. So you have to do it over several years and see which plants are the best adapted to changing conditions.